Meantime, next for us here tonight, a partnership in Jamestown that was originally formed to help incoming refugees adapt to their new lives here in the U.S. is now changing course. Journey's End and the New Neighbors Coalition say the decrease in refugees being allowed into this country has caused them to think of other ways they can help the community.
Refugee resettlement in the United States is technically on pause. There has recently been a resettlement limit established of 7,500 individuals that could come in the next year. That's the lowest number ever. And of that number, the majority of the cases at this point are designated for South African Afrikaners.
Certainly changing how they're doing things. 7 News senior reporter Maki Becker covers Chautauqua County. She was at that event earlier today. And one of the things, Maki, you were telling me that stood out to you is you didn't see any refugees there as part of the event. Why is that so significant?
Well, that's right. Usually at an event like this, you will see people who are resettled refugees being part of this. But there's so much nervousness now about immigration, about ICE. Even though, you have to remember, refugees are here legally, right? They have been thoroughly vetted many times, waiting years and years at refugee camps to be allowed to come into the United States. And the whole idea is you come here, you're legal, and you start your life toward being a U.S. citizen. And they weren't there. And that tells you the kind of climate we're dealing with. Yeah.
So in terms of what these groups are going to do moving forward, let's listen to a couple of the leaders sort of explaining what's next.
In Buffalo and in Jamestown, we're really focused on people who are here. Resettlement is the first part of the service. We continue for years to support families through upskilling in their jobs. People have ongoing case management needs. We continue to help them with their immigration legal assistance at every phase of their integration.
Without that, new arrivals, people can go, oh, yeah, we're done, right? And so how to create sustained energy and engagement around this is a challenge, and it's one we've been trying to wrestle with. Like, how do you do that in a way that isn't politicized or reactionary? Because that's not what we're interested in doing. We're interested in just playing a role and remembering that all of us have come from somewhere else. And how do we be connected?
And so, moving forward, what sticks out to you most about how they're going to change basically everything they do, right?
Right. So, there aren't new people coming in, but there are all these people who are here. And sure, they had their first home, maybe a first job, but these are people with dreams. And they, now the next step is, all right, what do you really want to do? What job do you really want? What do you need in terms of language to be able to be fluent in English, not just know a few words? So it's all about learning those new skills, helping them with these next steps to becoming part of our community.
It's so interesting because the only reason population has grown in the city of Buffalo, and I believe Erie County as well, is because all the refugees who have come here. And
absolutely.
We're no longer going to be welcoming those folks to our community, at least with this temporary pause.
Right. And so it'll be interesting to see, does that population number go down now with people not wanting to come here?
Groups certainly reacting to it. More on this important story with Maki coming up tonight at 6. Maki, thanks.
Thank you, Mike.